Good morning, SMF Street traders. It's 7:44 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8/23 of 2010 on a Monday morning. Markets are kind of flat. We're seeing some selling in other areas, but we're going to talk about this monthly chart. And basically, this is the United States Oil Fund, and we are going to examine what's going on here. We have a lot of turmoil in the Middle East, folks. And I can guarantee you if that Iran thing acts up and there's a disruption in oil. One thing about this particular fund is, well, people believe that if the economy is slowing down, like stock market funding said, we downgraded GDP to 1.5% from 3%. And we did that before 2010 ever started. That we said that the back half of the year would be weaker. So one thing about oil is that people consume less. That means that the reserves are higher in the US and they consume less, so that's why it's going down. The reason why we're looking at it is because there's a lot of factors that could happen in the Middle East that people are not quite aware of. One of those would be an Israel and Iran fight, and another one would be where they can't get the oil out of the Middle East, which is highly, highly probable that this could happen. And so basically what we're doing is we're monitoring the that event that's going on over there with Israel and Iran, and how they're fueling those nuclear rods. And forward looking is that the Saudis are losing money because they're not pumping any oil off, and with the slower economy you consume less and whatnot as far as US population goes. So that's some of the highlights there. Let's take a look. This was $120 in 08. In 07 it ran straight up to the top there. Here in 09, we've been, it's been in a trading range down around $22 here, back up close to a little bit above 40. So that was the year of 2009. The year of 2010 is that we have had very narrow range on this particular oil fund. And basically the monthly chart is more bearish than bullish, because that's the truth. I've got the 10-month moving average at resistance. I've got a 20-month moving average. And basically what I have going on here is that we are going to approach this price action right across these bottoms here. So we had quite a move up 1 month from the lows here of about $30.87 all the way up here to a monthly high of 41. That was $11 monthly move. And basically you had this price support being supported here. However, the problem with the last prior 2 months with the buys are you've got much greater selling in this monthly August bar than you did the buy bar in July. This is the previous month. So basically we are looking at it. If things do get out of control at the right time, we'll be looking at when and where to add this to our portfolio based on the events, geopolitical events around the world that can happen, but more so is about that war and about that nuclear stuff out of Iran and Israel, and how disruptions could get very disrupted. And that means that there would be less inflow to the US, because you couldn't get it out of Saudi Arabia. You're not getting it out of Iraq. You're surely not going to get oil out of Iran. And so that whole region over there would be in a mess should that happen. We don't know when that will happen, but when it does, if it does, then we know that we're coming down to low prices here, and we'll move in at the right time. And we'll wait for those events to play out in the Middle East before we start buying. And once again, United States Oil Fund LP with the monthly chart. And once again, Welcome to StockMarketFunding.com, the #1 live trading video website on the internet year to date. And we have a lot for you to look at, things that we're buying, strategies we're putting on. Lots of new things are happening at SMF. And if I would take the free 5-day trial because I believe that this is the place for you. Okay? And SMF Street opens its doors. It was originally designed, this company, so that Main Street would have a fair place to come to, and that they would have management skills behind them. They would have all the different training modules behind them. They would be diversifying risk. They would be managing and taking advantages of things that happen around the world or weakness in the US. Whatever the case may be, is that it's all about you. And it's all about you getting connected with SMF Street. We're here to help because we do care about you. So basically, I'm going to conclude this monthly bearish chart on the USO.